Welcome to the channel, everybody. My name is Ryan, and this is Unreal World, and we are back today to continue our Spirit Quest series. So we are here at our camp, and as promised in the last episode, we are about to do some serious traveling northward. So the point of this little journey is to explore some of the yellow culture up here, the Koivula culture. Obviously, we haven't opened up any of this, haven't visited once. So being a Spirit Quest journey, we need to open up some more quests. We need to meet some more shamans and hopefully progress, get some more rituals going. In fact, speaking of rituals, let's zoom in real quick to the local map because you can't do the general sacrifice. Been in long enough that I think we can probably, yeah, we feel at ease. Whenever it says you feel at ease after sacrifice, that's a good sign. So trying to make sure to do that as often as possible as we can comfortably do it. Of course, the other three little rituals, the ones in yellow, are more just like passive knowledge that you gain about how to do certain things better, like go fishing better, or have a bear skull right, so the bear spirit rests and is recycled, or it goes and assures proper circulation of the bear spirit is what it says right here. But anyway, this is the page we're trying to expand upon essentially. And questing can get us some good rewards too. Oftentimes, trading credits is just a very basic thing, but sometimes I know that certain quests often involve finding items too. Well, some of them do, and I'm pretty sure times you get to keep the items. But okay, we're just south of the border here. We've got a decent little amount of food, but not as much as it may appear, because some of this is just vegetation like nettle leaves and heather flowers that I've got. Mainly I kept these around for doing some fishing, but unfortunately, there's an animal. Big elk right there in the forest. Unfortunately, we're not doing any hunting right now. We're just kind of on a journey, but we might, if we get up north here in the village area and we see one, we can kill it, because then we can smoke it in one of the NPC villages. And obviously, we'll probably have to leave it for several weeks, but we can always come back to it and pick it up at a later date. They won't bother it, even if it sits there for quite a while. So, hey, look, there we go. Our very first village. Wonderful. Let's have a little snack, a little meat, and some water. We do have our pup with us. Our dog, Neptune, is by our side. He is keeping us safe from any wildlife or people, any bandits that may want to get us. In fact, we could probably use a couple more dogs. But all right, no more talk. Let's jump into the village. Okay, we shake off the needles from our shoulders and come forward among the people. We enter a village. Very nice description down there in the bottom. Oh, so they do have some dogs here. I'm going to stay zoomed out, guys. I'm sorry. I know it probably makes visibility a little bit more difficult, especially when it's raining and stuff. But for purposes of just being able to see the entirety of the map, it's good. Now, for instance, I can see there's a shaman right there. So we need to go talk to him. But let's first chat with this gentleman here. Where's my cursor at? Oh, that's why it's so annoying sometimes using the mouse in combination with the game. It's really meant to be a keyboard control game, no doubt about it. But anyway, let's greet this gentleman for the first time. Just like in real life, it's good to introduce yourself before you just walk up to somebody and start, asking them specific questions. So we said, hello, how are you? My name is Poseidon. Who are you? And we're going to go back to the main selection now, using the O button. Escape. Oh, yep, there we go. Now, let's just, for our own information, let's see. Sorry, they don't sell any animals here. Well, that's just how it goes. Sometimes the animals you see, even the dogs running around, are just basically for their own use. So, not a big deal, not a big deal. Now, if we greet him... Oh, wait, I'm sorry. No. If we hit ask for... Yeah, this one. Is there sage here? Is there a blacksmith here? No. Okay. You'll have to find one elsewhere. Just curious. I know they got a sage here. Like I said, I see him right there. Hello, sir. Greetings. I think he is. I assume he is. We'll find out here. Let's see. Let's introduce. Okay. So far, no quests. Typically, if a village has a quest, like the very first person you talk to will mention it and tell you like how to get to the quest giver. He might not be a shaman. I'm not sure. I think he is, but it's just that if I don't have any like shamanistic questions for him, or if there's no like rituals we can learn, I don't think there's much in terms of different prompts that he's going to tell us about. So I might go ahead and spend some time just searching some of their buildings. Now this culture is definitely not as wealthy as the Drick, but they're they're not terrible. So we could end up finding a decent piece of gear here. In which case, I like to mark it on the map. If I did find something like some metal armor, I would hit the F6 and I would add a thing and I would say mail, whatever. But right now we haven't discovered anything. So give me a moment. I'm going to search the area and see what I find. Okay, here we go, and just in the building, same village, right up north here, fine iron knee cops. So that's like an iron goes over your knee, essentially, and it's a fine quality item. So that's definitely something I add a mark for. I'll just say fine knee. I know what that means. And boom, all right. It's not even the last building I need to check. So, like I say, zoom back out. There's another one up here. I think this is more of a community sleeper building, but let's just see. Got to be thorough. Yeah, it's got like a furnace in it. It's not a storage building. You don't see crossover. You'll see storage stuff and storage buildings and just people essentially in the buildings with like the little stoves and stuff. But let's see, what do we got? This one's full. 2 wooden tubs, carving axe. I already got one. Rough white trident. I want a trident, definitely, but not a rough quality one. They've got 2 rough tridents. All right, this is officially the last building. A lipo. What the? I don't know what a lipo is. Hold on. Let's see if is this new or is this part of the mod? Lipo is a kind of dip net used for catching fish from rapids and shallow water. No snap. I want this thing. Kind of dip. Feel free to pause it now and read through the whole thing here, guys. I'm not going to read the 5 paragraphs here, but interesting. Dang, dude. Okay, that's, you know what, I'm going to drop it because we don't have much to trade these poor folks. What I will do, though, is go ahead and add that to the note. Oh, yeah. All right, well, we are now at the location of the second village, just a little bit farther up north. It's the only 2 we've discovered. I got to search the area a bit more to see if there's anything else. Of course, there'll be tons more, but this second one, I took the liberty already of asking about animals and kind of searching some of the buildings. So they have a ram here for sale. There's also a couple of interesting items of fine quality. There's a shovel, and there's also... Let me go. I'll just do slash. Here we go. There's also a fine fishing rod. There we go. So, yeah, in case you've just tuned in for the first time, wondering why I'm freaking out so much about the fishing items like that lipo and the fine fishing rod, I'm trying to make this playthrough more of like a fishing dependent or fishing focused series. Because typically, whoa. Hold on, guys. All right. We got a little event here. Hold on. But typically I hunt as a mainstay, like we're about to do right now with this elk that's very hard to see, but I just like to do something different for this playthrough. So I'm going to acquire as much fishing gear as we can, and once we get really settled and we have the ability to preserve meat more, it's on. Okay, now speaking of getting it on, we've got ourselves a little hunt here. Let's take a quick look at our newest prey. Just a plain old elk. All right, I love to see it. I've only got 3 arrows, but luckily one of them is knocked and ready to go. So let's take a shot. It's going to be a body shot. Visibility's pretty low. I've got double sets of gloves on, so I should probably take one of those off, which does, by the way, interfere with your shooting. I've been told, I've been enlightened by commenters out there in the past about. But anyway, let's take our shot. Damn, missed it. Okay, so we are in hunting mode, which means I'm going to be playing fully zoomed out now. We don't have 100% visibility here in the late evening. As you can see, there's some edges of the map which are still darkened, and my character just can't see that far. So that's a bit of a pain. We are also tired, but the good news is my endurance is okay. I'm still very low, so I'm just going to follow. I don't see the trailer. There. Okay, there she is. Again, I always belabor this point, but just look at the animal. A little bit fatigued. Every time, at the very least, every time you lose sight of them and then reacquire visual, look at it. Inspect it with the L button, and then move that cursor up. Let's wield another arrow. tell you pretty much no matter what. Okay, now she's sprinting, so I'm going to go into sprint mode. The goal, of course, here is to wear her out, to get her breathless and fatigued to the point where I don't need arrows. I don't need a bow and arrow to kill her. I could just walk right up to her because she can't run anymore. So there she is. Let's look at her. So we've got her a little bit fatigued. We want to get her to literally where that says breathless right there, because then we're in business. So I'm going to push her a little bit longer here, and I'll let you know if there's any big changes or developments. Okay, well, man, this girl has led me on quite a long chase, and she has incredible endurance. I've still only got her at slightly fatigued somehow. It's amazing to me. But nonetheless, I'm starting to see a rise in elevation here. That's what this like line indicates, the hill. There's a small hill here. That to me always indicates there's going to be some trees there, or maybe there's like a mountain too. A mountain would be better than trees, because if she runs into the forest, we're screwed. But I just wanted to bring you back, so in case I lose sight of her. Yep, see that? There's a tree line right there. Boom. Now, this is an interesting little spot, though. Crap, did I lose her? Okay, there's her tracks. Good. She didn't really go towards the trees, so we might be in luck. Let's just keep... God, I have been chasing... Look at my endurance. I was up to negative 75 for a short time, so kind of gives you an idea how much she's run me ragged. But I can barely keep up with her, man. This is crazy. So my method, of course, is to just follow her to the point where I lost sight, and then just follow the tracks till you reacquire visual, and then just rinse and repeat. Honestly, you can do this without even firing a shot. There she is. Crippling her would be wonderful if I could actually get a good shot distance and make it, but you can't rely on that. Certainly not in these visibility. But anyway, I'm going to keep pushing. Oh, here we go. So I finally got her down to looks fatigued. So from this stage, she will go to very fatigued, and then after very fatigued, breathless, which breathless is the final stage. When you got them at that point, it's pretty much in the hand. It's in the bag. So let's see if we can push her. I'm hoping it's going to be the case that like she had incredible stamina up front, and then like once she gets actually fatigued, like it's just going to rapidly decline. That's kind of my wish here, my dream. Let's see. My guy has really poor tracking skills too. If we look, yeah, tracking is not his strong suit. So I often lose these tracks. Like right now, I'm not sure where she went. Crap, please tell me I don't lose it all here at the end. And the worst thing is when you have to backtrack to reacquire the old tracks and try and pick them up, but damn. Oh no. I mean, it happens. And it's not necessarily game over, so let's go back to where I last saw her tracks. Right there, there's one. It's very hard to see, so it says northwest. Okay, here's another one. Northwest, follow it. I guess she went up and around? Oh, there's one. I see him now. It's very hard to see him, especially when you're pulled out like this. That's one of the disadvantages of being so far pulled out. But, I mean, honestly, what the hell? Leading northeast. All right, there's another one. I'm going to take this real slow. Leading northwest. Hope I can catch up with her. Okay, well, I found her, but unfortunately, she had enough time to fully rest. So she went from fatigued right back to being just a normal elk with no fatigue status whatsoever. We have to reset and try again. Basically, that's all we can do. We're not a bad spot, though, considering how much water is here. The animals often, like, run into little areas of water and can't get out. But not this time, apparently. She's immediately out of here. Damn. All right. I'm not giving up. No. This isn't over yet. Oh, there she is. Man, I got to be honest. I feel like this elk is mocking me here. Okay, so I've tracked it again, and I didn't lose it or anything, but it is now fully rested again. So I'm going to take a shot at it from this distance. Of course, we're way off here. Last arrow. Let me zoom out. I'm still pretty far. Yeah, that's a little too far. Is the arrow still nearby? We're going to have to take some time either to make some or buy some. Damn. Oh my God. I'm almost getting sick of this. I'm wishing I was fishing now, guys. Oh my God. Okay, well, you know what I did? I just left the area. I went to the village, went inside, went to sleep. We had a good night's rest out of the cold rain, and now we're back roughly where we left the elk. So I don't see it on the map, obviously on the world map, but I am going to go ahead and zoom into this general vicinity and just kind of cruise around here, hoping to find it. We're fully rested now. Visually, we can see everything. I'm down to one arrow still, but like I said, technically we don't even need a single arrow to get the elk kill if we're good enough, if we have enough skills. So give me a little bit of time. I'm not done yet. I haven't given up. Oh, there she is. So we zoom in, zoom out, boom. Eventually we kind of rustled her up and scared her out of her hiding place. I know, where the hell is she? They didn't start me. Okay, she's all the way over there. Barely see her on this side. She's totally uninjured, probably completely rested. Yep. All right, let's go again. Okay, so this is a bit of a long shot, but it might be the best chance I have. So I'm going to take a shot at her. Oh, of course, I missed her, damn it. All right, it's time to go into pursuit mode. Maybe we'll be able to get that arrow back. I'm not sure where it landed, but following her is my priority. Now, the problem with that is we've already covered this ground a couple of times chasing her, so a lot of these tracks might be old. She's going to be increasingly hard to follow just by tracks alone. Oh boy, check this one out, guys. So I've kind of got her a little trapped, kind of, not really, but she doesn't realize that. I think I'm going to take a shot at her. I did pick up my arrow, by the way. Oh, right over her head. God damn it. All right, let's sprint. I don't have any more arrows, but if I can trap her, see how she's, yeah, going the wrong way. Let's grab my hand axe. Sprint, sprint. Don't. There we go. Oh, all right, let's try and corner her. It's a little game of cat and mouse here. I'm going to unsprint. I'm just walking, trying to trap her, hitting melee. Got to get right next to her. Oh, right there. Okay. Okay, 2 for the hand axe, 3 to aim the arrow, and blunt to the legs, baby. Damn it, shoot, got away. I missed her. Oh. Yep, she's made it out. She's not fatigued enough to like just walk right up to, but she is fatigued now, so that's a good stage for her to be in for us. Yeah, that was actually very helpful. Even though I missed it, didn't get her in the legs, that was good. So let's pursue her, keep this going. Oh boy, guys. Well, I think I'm going to go ahead and call this quits. I've lost her too many times, let her get away. I could probably still find her, but I'm done with it. I got no more arrows left. I mean, the point was just to get up here and explore, really, and introduce ourselves. An easy kill would have been great, because we could have set ourselves up for a couple weeks from now when the meat is done smoking here in the village. In other words, we could have come back and just traded it away, but I can't, I've stressed it before in the past. You got to know when to give up a hunt. You got to know when to just admit defeat, say, you know what, I failed it. I got to give up. And sometimes it can be a matter of life and death. Now, we're not that critical right now, but if I were starving, for instance, or if it was extremely cold and I wasn't geared up quite properly, then, pushing your character in a hunt too long can be fatal. So it's just something important, Don't let pride stand in your way when survival situation. It's unfortunate, but we'll bounce back. Well, now this is an interesting find right here. So at this location, as you can see, I've commenced to do exploring again, discovering the new cultural, and we came over here to this little village, very tiny spot too. It's not a full-fledged village even, but they have some pigs for sale, and interestingly enough, some jewelry. Whoops. Yeah, let me put that again. Oops. So close enough. Now, if we zoom in, you'll see what I'm talking about. There's a silver ring, a silver chain bracelet here on the ground, and down here they have a bronze bear pendant. Plus there's like 9 other things. So, no, that is the only other thing they've got there. But this village is kind of loaded for being just this tiny it's just 3 buildings. But I've been told. Now again, I'm fairly new to the questing itself. I never quest. I just focus on survival and things like that and combat when I normally play this game for my own self or even in my previous series. So but I do believe I remember reading at some point that silver might be needed for some rituals. Like I think we have to like cut little pieces of the silver off. I don't know. I don't know. But at some point we might have to come back for that stuff and acquire it. So that's why I left a mark there, just because I'm not sure. But if you're in doubt, just leave yourself a little note. It's not that difficult. Oh boy, well, I've spent a little bit of time now just exploring the villages up here. As you can see, I've done several markers. A couple of the villages just don't really have anything to offer, so they're left blank, but I did go and explore and introduce myself. Unfortunately, no quests yet, which is a bit disappointing, but we've got dogs here. This one we saw the pigs and jewelry. This one's got a dog. This one's got a fine male cow and a fine pot for cooking. So that'll be helpful if we want to get into some good recipes and stuff. And of course, the ones we saw earlier, the knee cops, the ram, the fine shovel. So I'm actually pretty impressed with the wealth that this culture has, but yeah, there's still a bit more to explore for sure, and maybe even more to uncover in this general region here. But I think it's going to be time to go back home. I'm actually getting kind of low on food. We got 2 smoked pikes left, and that's it. Now, I still think it's not possible for us to do any preserving of meat when we get home. It's probably still too warm and humid, but you never know. It could cool off significantly in the next couple days. However, we don't have a lot of choice here unless I happen to run into a nice big elk or something on the way and we get lucky. Hey, there's a reindeer. All right, maybe we'll get lucky. I feel like devoting the whole episode to failed hunts is such a disappointment, and it's just so much what I'm trying to avoid. But look at this. Oh my gosh. Well, let me just play around with the reindeer here for a minute. Although I am weary, so that's not great, but we'll see how it goes. I'll let you know if I get any luck here. Oh boy, well, sadly I gave up on the reindeer hunt as well, and we have made it back to our shelter. It was a long journey, slightly unsuccessful depending on how you look at it. We certainly didn't get any successful kills, but we did meet a lot of people and we opened up quite a bit of knowledge in terms of like what we got for trading. Again, no quests, but we have one quest to look forward to is where I just randomly encounter a traveler in between villages and he asks us to take him back to like civilized territory. So that's something we should be looking out for as well. But well, I think it's time to go ahead and do some fishing. We're tired, of course, though, so let's go to bed and we'll try some fishing in the morning. Okay, well, good morning, everybody. It is now time to check on our traps, our nets, I mean. No fish in the net. God, it's been forever. Are you kidding me? And all the fish in the net appear to be dead and spoiled beyond edible. Are you kidding me? I didn't even know that would happen. I thought it would just keep them alive indefinitely. Well, live and learn. I mean, we'll just I did leave them for quite a long time, so not terribly surprising, really. We will reset them, okay, and I'll just make sure to check them sooner, obviously. In fact, I'll go ahead and just keep the cesta on me while we're here at camp. But what did we end up with? Oh, okay, it didn't even give us any fish. It just tells us that the fish are gross. Okay, well, whatever. Maybe that's a little bit of fish food left behind there in the river, and maybe it'll attract more of the fish. No, I am just wishful thinking. But, all right, time to do some active fishing then. We are here. Do I have my fishing rod on me? I better. Yep, there it is. Okay, we're good. Also, I can drop these ropes in cordage because I only brought those with me in case we got a nice kill, which we didn't. So let's get these out of my inventory. They're just mocking me. Okay, well, I had a few unsuccessful attempts there, but I went ahead and rested. We have no more fish. All we have is these leaves and heather flowers to eat. So we are getting kind of desperate, but I just threw my rod in the water, as you saw there. That was actually part of a ritual. So let's go ahead and use it. It's time to catch some fish, baby. Let's do it. Yes! All right, it literally works. I mean, I just went like 3 times in a row unsuccessfully. Throw the rod in the water and boom, it works. And in case you're curious, that's what this ritual right here tells me to do. Going rod fishing explains to throw it in the water first. All right, well, let's repeat that task. I'm just using some nettle leaves and stuff here. This very, very small amount of food. Boom, there we go. 2 purchase, baby. I'm also kind of moving down away from the dog. I'm wondering if the dog's presence might disturb the fish. Also, since I'm now in stealth mode, I'm wondering if that actually helps too. I really don't know though. Let me know down in the comments if anybody has insight into whether those like the little things like that can affect it. Boom, just got a perch. All right, well, that's good for now. Let's come over here and let's start a fire and get some fish cooking. Have a nice little fish fry. What do you say? Okay, well, while our fish is roasting there by the fire, let's head up here and see if we got any fish in our nets. It hasn't been very long, and I don't have my cesta, but now I'm a little paranoid. I know we can give it a couple of days, I think, at least, but who knows? Maybe we'll get lucky. 11 perches, baby. Look at that. That's huge. Nice, a perch into salmon. That's so much. All right, I'm going to pick these up. That's 15 pounds of food. That's over 20 pounds of food right there, guys. Damn. All right, so let's retrieve the nets. I've got them in my pocket. Let's go ahead and drop them here. I'm going to drop the cesta too now. That's so much. Yeah, we need to test and see if I can dry some of this. I don't think I can, but we'll just test it and see. It's worth it. No, in fact, I'm 99.9% certain we can't because of the temperature gauge here. But like I said, we'll just try. Nope, that confirms it. The weather doesn't suit the task. It's too warm and humid, just as I thought. Oh well, we'll go ahead and get that stuff roasted up. Okay, well, I've got all the food roasted up. It's here in my pocket, and as you can see, I'm a little bit cool, chilly. I stepped into the river just to cool off, but we've got some crafting to do before we head out. So now that we've got a little bit of food, I definitely want to get back up to the north, or maybe we'll head to the Drick this time and, search a bit more. Officially, these guys, in my opinion, are the richest culture, so that probably is worth our time. We'll head that way this time, get some more questing done. Remember, a lot of this playthrough is going to be done in the villages, socially, at least at the outset while we get established. But now I need some arrows. So I've got everything set up. I went ahead and made some arrow shafts. There's a whole process here. So you start off with lumber. You got to get some boards, first of all. Then you go to wooden slats. There's a couple different ways to make it. I'm using this method. You can also use, I think, tree saplings, but the wooden slats, you get 20 of these for one board. It's real quick and easy. And then once you've got the slats, you come into the arrows menu down here and you make some arrow shafts out of the wooden slats like this. Boom, and that'll end up with an inferior arrow shaft. Well, we've got a few good ones too. So now that you've got those, and of course, remember we have arrow heads. We picked some up from a blacksmith. We put in an order and went back and traded for it. So we've got fine broadheads, 12 of them. So we've got everything we need. And I've got the cordage, some feathers on the ground. Let's go ahead and do it. Commence to make our very first arrow. So we choose the arrowhead first. And let's just do a couple of them right off the bat. I want to make sure to rest in between and stuff so we don't turn out a bunch of crappy arrows. There we go. 2 foot of yarn. That's nothing. I got plenty of hemp yarn. Boom. There we go. Okay, what did we end up with? We've got a fine broadhead arrow and a regular broadhead arrow. So that's pretty good. To be honest, turning out a fine arrow like that on our first attempt, I like it. All right, all right. So let's rest a bit. Let's repeat that action. Boom. I want to make a max. Well, hold on. I don't think it'll let me. I think we have, let's do 3. I just want to make sure I have enough shafts. Yeah, we got 4. Okay. And use the yarn. There we go. Another thing is I might run out of feathers here if I use too many, which isn't that hard to reacquire. I've only got a stack of like 41 feathers because I didn't do that much trapping, but if we set some bird traps up, we'll have some in no time. Nonetheless, at least we've got some good arrow. We ended up with 4 broadheads and a fine, so that's not bad. Plus we got 7 more of the arrowheads we can continue to work with, make more of them if we need, but this is a good start. This will get us set on our trip now. And again, I don't want to spend too much time here, otherwise I would just craft everything up right away, but I'm going to drop these and head on out because these roasted fish don't last forever, you know. That's why we really need to get to drying stuff, because it makes like exploring so much easier, trading so much more fluid. But anyway, guys, I think that's going to do it for today's episode. We will head out on our next journey tomorrow. I really appreciate everybody out there tuning in for the Unreal World series. Thank you so much. Hit that like button if you're enjoying the series. Leave me a comment down below. Also, if you haven't subbed to the channel, that would be great too. And a big shout out to the Patreon supporters. Thank you guys very much. We've picked up a few in recent days, and it really, really makes my day whenever I get that email from Patreon. So anyway, guys, thank you again, and I will see you all on the next one.